Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. To doing best of the month for January 2023. Now this particular month I have managed to play a number of games, and in this instance we've got a game that I did receive prior to 2023, but due to its size I did not get a chance to get it to the table much, but now I've had a good chance to play it numerous times. This is the game in question. It is a huge game. It's kind of the reason why I wanted to get it, just because of how massive it is and the presence it has. It takes up its own space on at least one of my shelving units. And just to give you some perspective, I thought I could use a different manufacturer or publisher. In this instance, this is Picture Perfect, also by Arcane Wonders, and that's how big it is in comparison. So it's absolutely ginormous. In this particular game though, it's one of the simplest rule sets that I've seen in many years. In fact, I'm quoting somebody else who I've played this with. There are three things you can do. You might have even seen my video relating to that. It's you can either take income, cash, money, silver, or you can buy a deed card, which you're using from your cash, money, or silver. Very similar to the mechanism in Spice Road, also by the designer Emerson. Or you can choose to build a building on a space on the grid where you already have a space. So if you've got some deeds, you're basically plots of land, that is where you can build a building. That's useful because you get points of these, whether it be from the population track, whereby you might want to get them purely where you're up to, or win that bonus for having the most, or ties are friendly for the most as well. There are other expansions in this particular edition. This is the Emperor edition, so you can play this amongst other things. You can play it cooperatively. It's got the monuments in it, which I've also played with as well. I'm looking forward to playing through every single one of them in order. It also comes with other modes as well, whereby you can barter trade. You can even draft of other people saying, I don't want you to have that deed. And sometimes if you play the base game, it can be very swingy in terms of who starts off with what. In the most recent game, in fact, I knew that one player, having set up the game in advance, they were due to do very well, but then somebody said, oh, don't worry, let's just redo it again. That person then ended up getting the best pick. Literally had some buildings ready to build on that very first turn in the center of the board, a size 3 building. Again, if you want to see more about that, please do let me know. But aside from that, this has been Foundations of Rome, Arcane Wonders, Emerson. Very impressed with this particular one. At least an 8 out of 10 for me. Plenty of stuff going on. Looking forward to trying out other varieties going on with this game. And yeah, very impressive. It does look imposing, and it's strange and almost like a paradox that for something this big, it's such a simple rule set. And that is probably the hardest challenge I think people are finding, is seeing something this big and realizing, oh, it's not that complicated. And it's not long. It takes an hour, maybe 70 minutes, regardless of your player count, 2, 3, 4, whatever it might be. It doesn't matter. It still seems to fit because you ultimately will run out of cards, run out of deed cards, and that'll be an end game trigger. You have one more round, but there are 3 eras. So at some point you might want to get your engine going. You might want to get your victory points early on because you are going to score those 3 times. Any other questions, again, please let me know. And this has been AmassGames. Again, my name is Simon. Hope you found this of interest, and I look forward to speaking to you for the best of the month for February 2023. Who knows? I might have the same video twice for the same game. Unlikely. I think it shines enough as it is. But for now, back to the table.